Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's mini class on how to be a successful Muslim mother. Success is something that is important to everyone, whether you're a mother or not, whether you work or you don't. Like, none of us want to fail. No one wants to fail. Sometimes we think that we've got no option. We are going to fail, but nobody wants to fail. Everyone wants to succeed, and everyone in the world is chasing success. In some way or another, in whatever role or capacity they have, we're all looking for success. Like how do we define success? And I really wanted to talk about this today because there is a huge misunderstanding we have about success, which leaves us forever unhappy, unsettled, not feeling like you're enough, and feeling like a failure. And so this is a really important topic that I wanted to discuss with you today, and share with you what real success is, because we all want to succeed. We want to succeed. We want our children to succeed. We want our spouses to succeed. Everyone wants success. And ultimate success, yes, is getting to Jannah. But even in this world, we are all seeking success. And yet, why does it feel like when you get so close to it, it's just become further away? Why is it that no matter what you do, it's never enough? Why is it that no matter how hard you try, you still feel like you're failing? Like, when are we going to feel successful? When can we finally feel successful? And this greatest misunderstanding that we have is that success is when I reach my goals. When I reach a certain point, when I get there, when I am here, when my children are here, when I'm earning a certain amount, when I have a certain amount of things, when I reach a certain weight, when I look a certain way. Like, we have put success into getting somewhere, right? And have you ever stopped to actually question that somewhere? Does that somewhere even exist? Is it possible? Is it realistic? Because I know when I do, when I go through this journey with my clients and I take them on through workshops to understand what are they really chasing, because the aim is to stop the chase, right? To stop feeling like we're forever failing. And when we go through that journey of looking at, well, what is it? When we examine what is success, what is it that I'm trying to get to? Have you ever noticed how whatever goals you set, when you get there, you just set a whole new lot of goals? You might, for example, even on the parenting journey, you might say, right, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have children, right, tick, tick, tick. I'm going to have a boy, at some point I'm going to have a girl, or I'm going to have 2 children, tick, tick, tick. We're forever ticking away, right? I'm going to, get my children into school. I'm going to get them to walk first, to sleep. And we're forever finding milestones. And then it's like, but then obviously, even with parenting, it's like, then I've got to get them through schooling. I've got to get them into good jobs, into, a certain place in their deen, and connected to Allah, and living a certain way, behaving a certain way, speaking a certain way. And so success in parenting, as a Muslim mother, is, fraught with all of these, things that we set that are beyond our own control. Like, you can do your best, but it doesn't mean, always that your children are going to do as you want them to, or they're going to do it perfectly, or they're not going to have any flaws. Because, okay, I fear that a cat is going to jump over me in a minute and ask me for food. There you go. And on camera, would you hear me shriek like that? Okay, you're right. There's no coffee for you, and I'm sorry, but you have food over there. So yeah, I can't believe you did that. Anyway, can we move your lovely tail out the way, sweetie? Okay, now we're being really affectionate. Okay, my train of thought. I've lost my train of thought. Bismillah. So when it comes to success, right, we are forever setting these milestones, and then we get there and we set more milestones. And if you think about your ultimate goal of where you're trying to get to, notice how it's a place of perfection, a place where, your child is the perfect child, you know, because, you know, if you think about the place you're trying to get to, if you even stopped for a moment and wrote down all the things that you wanted for your child to achieve, noticing that this is really distracting, noticing that actually there is no room for shortcomings and mistakes. Notice that there is, you know, your child reaches a place where they're not really doing anything wrong. They're doing everything exactly as they should, because should is perfection. And then you'll have the same standards for yourself. Think about where you want to get to, the place you'll be where you can finally feel like, I'm good enough. Like I'm finally happy with myself. Notice how that place is probably a place for most people where you don't have any negative emotions. You're not feeling bad for anything that you do, you know, because you don't make any mistakes. You don't have any outbursts or reactions. You're in full control of yourself. You don't make any mistakes. You don't have any shortcomings. Is that realistic? Will you ever be perfect, no matter how much work you do on yourself? Can any human being stop ever feeling any emotion that is negative and just always feel good and happy and at peace? Or is life full of those moments where, I don't know, you spring cleaned your home, it's lovely for 2 seconds, for 2 moments, until someone comes in, someone makes a mess, something happens. Is it ever like that? Or is that life? Is that how life is? Is that the journey of our emotions, that actually we will have the good and the bad, and we need to have the good and the bad of the emotions. We need to have the positive and the negative, because if you didn't have the negative, you wouldn't know the positive. If you were never sad, you'd never know happiness. If you were never lost, you wouldn't know peace. If you were never hurt, you wouldn't fully know love. We've got to embrace all emotions, but what I teach my clients to do when they come on a journey to work with me is how to make those emotions less intense, you know, so that we're not getting lost in them and losing days of our life stuck in negative emotions and getting into a rut, you know, in these emotions. And also where we move from them very quickly. We can feel them, move from them. We can feel them and move from them. You can have them, but you can recognize it and know how to move from them so that you can keep taking yourself back, you know, to where you want to be. And it's not like these emotions come and then you're stuck with them and there's nothing you can do, you know, oh, I've woken up in a bad mood now, that's it, I'm going to be in a bad mood all day long, the whole day is going to go wrong. No, you can actually wake up, feel like you're in a bad mood, and learn how to change that so you have another good day. Every day you make sure that you take charge and you say, no, you know, I know how to do this and I'm going to have a good day. And so that your moods don't dictate your life. Your circumstances don't dictate your life. You can choose happiness and you can choose gratitude, you can choose success. And that's what I teach my clients to do, that every day they choose happiness, they choose, you know, gratitude, and they choose success. And as I'm thinking about this, I thought I want to talk to you about success. How would we even choose success if success is a place where I can never get to? Remember that perfect place that we're striving to get to, that place where we're perfect, our kids are perfect, you know, we have everything in life, so nothing can go wrong, force, you know, everything that we could possibly have, we have, which equals security, and we have no problems, so we're always at peace. Is that this world? Or is that place Jannah? Are we ultimately just, you know, because we are, it's inbuilt for us to seek Jannah, to look for Jannah, to work for Jannah, but we need to recognize that place we're trying to get to, that is not this world. In this world, you are perfectly imperfect. You will make mistakes. You will have flaws. You will have negative emotions. You will not always be able to control your emotions. You will get angry. You will get upset. You won't know what to do sometimes. You won't have the answers. You won't always get it right. And so will your children. Yeah, they are human. You'll tell them 100 times, they may forget. That's part of the human condition that Allah created us to forget sometimes. We will forget. So we have to, you know, reminders are beneficial because of our nature that we were created to forget. So we can't reach that place of perfection. So there's never, if that's the place that you've put success, where you'll be good enough, where you'll stop feeling like a failure, then are you going to live your entire life on this dunya feeling like a failure? Because you can never get there. Now, that is where most people struggle. They're trying, they burn out, they try. They want to give up, they give up for a while, they pick themselves up, they try. But the whole way to Jannah, they're feeling like they are failing and never good enough, and it's never enough. And you know what happens when you live life like that? You miss life itself. You miss the journey. You miss the joy. You miss seeing your blessings. You miss seeing the good and the ease in your life because you're always trying to get to somewhere. Now, that's somewhere of improvement, of betterment, of, excelling in different areas of your life. That's a beautiful journey to take, and we should take that. As Muslims, we should seek to better ourselves continuously, like perpetually growing. We want that journey. However, here's the thing. Are you trying to improve yourself because you feel like whatever you do, you'll never be good enough, and only when you get to a certain point will you be good enough? Because that means when you get to that point, you'll see other human flaws, you'll see other shortcomings, you'll see other mistakes, and you're never going to feel like you're finally good enough. Or are you going to, and this is a different way, this is real success, this is really the way that you want to live your life, is looking at success in a very different way. Not somewhere to get to, not the end result, which is unachievable, not the correction of all things that need improving, not fixing all of the problems, because we will be tested, right? But really looking at success in a completely different way. Because I know that journey of looking for success and chasing success, and I've spent most of my life chasing success. I've worked so hard, burnt myself out so many times over and over, pushed myself over and over. And to everyone else, I look hugely successful. But for so long, I didn't feel like I was successful or still good enough. And that's really interesting, isn't it? And if you're another successful, professional Muslim mother, then you know what I mean. And that's why I wanted to come on today and talk to you about this so that you can avoid the heartache that you're going through, as I did for years. Now, the misunderstanding we have about success is it's an end goal to reach. Inshallah, we'll all be successful going to Jannah, inshallah. I mean, may we all be may we all enter Jannah together. I mean. However, real success lies in understanding that success is in the journey, the way you take your journey, not your destination. Right? It's the journey. If every day you're striving to please Allah, if every day what you do, you serve Allah, like in whatever you do, whether you look after your family or you're working or you're helping people or you're looking after your home, that whatever you do, you're serving Allah. Even if you're sleeping, you're serving Allah. Even if you're studying, it's in the service of Allah. Whatever you do, if that is in the service of Allah, then every day is a success. This is such real-time filming. You can hear the kids going in and out. My son's off to an exam, and so he's just gone to get his bike. Sorry for the disruption, but actually life is real. Life is not perfect. This recording will not be perfect. My coffee is not a perfect cup of coffee. It has gone cold, and I've warmed it up twice this morning because I'm so busy thinking about what I want to share with you. And life is not perfect. And when we can embrace that, we can enjoy it. We can just laugh it off and take all the pressure off that we have to be perfect and create a perfect appearance and show everyone a perfect life that does not exist. As professional Muslim mothers leading in the Ummah today, raising the future leaders of tomorrow, we need to bring down this facade of perfection. It does not exist. And we don't need to put ourselves under that pressure or create an illusion that puts everyone else under pressure that things have to be perfect or done in a perfect way or appear perfect. No, let's just be real. Let's just be ourselves. Let's just be human. And let's embrace that and be good with that, because that's how Allah created us. We were created to be perfectly imperfect. We have our flaws. But if with those flaws, we can embrace them, we can accept them, we can work on them, we can, continue to seek growth. But we measure success not by when we get to that point of complete growth, nothing else needs fixing, changing, improving. Not that point, but success in the everyday of your journey to Allah, to Jannah. You are seeking to please Allah and serve Allah. That's it, in whatever you do. Today was a great day because I served Allah. Today was a great day because it was a successful day because I'm always serving Allah. And when I make a mistake, I turn back to Allah. And when I make a mistake, I try and correct my mistake and improve upon myself. That is success. That is what's possible. That is the real success that is possible. The other success is impossible, and you're chasing an illusion. But when you actually recognize that that's not the route to success, success is recognizing every day that you're trying to serve Allah, that everything you do is in the service of Allah, that you're trying to please Allah, that when you make a mistake, that you turn back to Allah. When you can recognize that, that is going to help you to feel successful every day, and every day be grateful, and every day be happy with your small wins, which are huge wins. If you did that, the compound effect of doing that every day for the rest of your life would ensure, inshallah, by the mercy of Allah, that you would be successful on the Day of Judgment. Because every day you are conscious in serving Allah. And when you made a mistake, you turned back. And the last one loves the one who returns to him. So if we are of those who, when we make a mistake, we turn back to him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not require you to get to the point where you never make a mistake. That's not what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. He loves for us to turn back to him when we make a mistake. So live your life. Live your life in service of Allah. And every day recognize the good that you do. Right? Not the failure. Not through the lens of failure. Tell me, would you feel like you're not good enough if you could look back on your day and say, Alhamdulillah, I did my best to serve Allah today? And I did a pretty good job considering it was challenging. There was a lot going on. There was, like this video I'm doing for you. I'm doing my best with it. I'm trying my best. There's stuff going on. There's someone coming in, going through the door. There's a cat coming in, coffee getting cold. All right. And trying my best. That's all we can ever do. Can we be happy with that? Can we just give everything our best? And if we make a mistake, we correct, of course, correct, whatever we can, correct from it and move on. If we live like that, we would be a completely different generation of mothers. We would raise our children to be highly successful because they would be raised upon gratitude and success, not raised upon failure and I'll be happy when mentality. I'll be happy when I have enough of this. I'll be happy when I don't have any problems anymore, or I've fixed all these problems. I'll be happy when, we've reached a certain level or a certain point in our lives. I'll be happy when. Where's the gratitude then on that journey? Goals are good to have. I have loads of goals. I'm highly ambitious like any one of you. However, I'm happy all the way through working towards my goals. I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what I have now. And I'll only ever just increase in gratitude when I get to the next goal and the next goal. All that will change will be my physical circumstances, not my value as a person, because I'm valuing myself now, here and now, with flaws, imperfections, mistakes, all of it. I still value who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me to be, because that's who I was created to be. And I'm not going, I have made a decision, and I recommend that you make the same decision to stop focusing on your failures, accept them, make a plan to work on them, fine. But focus on your success. Focus on the good you're doing. Focus on your effort. Focus on the fact that you're trying your best. And if you have, moments of struggles and moments of weaknesses, ask Allah for help and get back on track. Just turn back to Allah, come back to Allah and keep trying. And keep trying doesn't mean we work, or we're constantly on the go. We're constantly doing. No. Coming back to Allah means you come back to the journey of serving Allah, giving it your best that you can, knowing that you won't do it perfectly, knowing that you're human and you'll need to rest, knowing that you're human and you can't constantly work, you can't constantly be productive from morning till night, you can't constantly be on the go, because that's not human. That's a machine. We're not machines. We're mothers. We're humans. We're perfectly imperfect. We get tired. And that's okay. So adjust your expectations for yourself. Adjust the reason for your goal. Adjust what it means to reach your goal. And speak good to yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. One of the ways you know if you're not speaking kindly to yourself is when you find yourself wanting to ask for validation or praise or acknowledgement, whether you ask for it or not. You're kind of waiting for it. You're doing a lot to hope to receive it. If you find yourself doing that, then that's an indication actually that you need to speak well to yourself. You need to say, well done, you're doing a good job. Actually, today was tough, but you're doing a good job. You're doing a great job considering you were going to walk out. You didn't walk out. Well done. Because we are always having that inner dialogue. That inner dialogue is always happening. Whether or not, we're aware of it or not, it's happening. Either you're being harsh with yourself and criticizing yourself and berating yourself and or making yourself not good enough, or you can look at yourself, change your self-perception and actually think, you know what, I'm trying my best. I'm serving Allah and I'm okay. I'm okay with just trying my best and keep going and serving Allah and keep improving. I'm okay with that. I'm succeeding every day that I serve Allah. If you can change the way you speak to yourself, in the way you give feedback to yourself, the way you critically look at the way you evaluate yourself when you've made a mistake, the way you evaluate your day at the end of your day. If you could change the way you speak to yourself from being harsh to validating or praising or acknowledging the good that you've done and thank Allah for it, then it becomes the most beautiful inner dialogue you can have, where you can say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm so grateful to you for helping me overcome that today. It was hard. I wanted to give up, but I didn't. And you helped me, and you gave me strength and you gave me courage. And I'm so happy that you're there with me, but I'm just going to keep trying. But I am happy. I'm happy with my effort, because the bit we make is the effort. And I'm happy with my effort. I'm happy that I'm trying. Or I gave it my best. Or I made a mistake, but I'm happy with my effort of turning back to you. If we can change the way we speak to ourselves, we change the way we see ourselves, and we change our definition of success, amazing things will happen in your life and in the way you raise your children. You will raise them upon success, gratitude, and happiness. Is there any better way? If there is food for the soul, that is the food you want to raise your children upon, so that they raise and grow up, so that they grow up really feeling like, I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm trying my best. I'm seeking to please Allah, and I'm doing my best. I'm living in the service of Allah. Isn't that success? But for your child to have that, that's got to be the way you live. And I hope this discussion around where we put success and what real success is, and don't think that it's in the end result, the destination, but that success is really in the goal, the journey itself. Real success is taking the journey, in the way you take the journey, not where you get to. If you can change that and the way you speak to yourself, the way you expect of your children, the way you see your children, the way you raise your children will be very, very different. Okay, we'll leave it here. I don't know whether I'm going to warm up this coffee one more time, but I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you've taken from this, what your feedbacks are. If you've loved it, like it, share it, help as many women in the world to be good with being imperfect and not have to work so hard and exhaust ourselves trying to show this, perfect image in order to feel successful, which never feels real anyway. Let us be human. Let us be imperfectly trying to preserve our Lord and be happy with how Allah SWT has created us. We'll leave it there. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.